talk about hypnopompic and hypnagogic dreams. But before I do that, I have to talk a little bit more about the stages of sleep so you can understand what I'm talking about. So, we have 5 stages of sleep every night when we go to sleep. And the technical terms are stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and REM stage, or rapid eye movement. Now, people think, probably, for the most part, I think the majority of people think that REM sleep is the stage of sleep that you dream in. And that's only a little true. You can dream in any stage. Now, you are more likely to remember your dreams if you wake from REM rather than any other stage. And also, if you dream in any stage other than REM stage, you are more likely to just remember a picture of something. Basically, you're looking over at an ocean or a mountainous landscape, but not a lot of action. And that's because when you're in your non-REM sleep stages, that's stages 1 through 4, certain parts of your brain aren't active that activates action and motion. And that's mostly involved with gamma waves too, some of your brain waves. But anyway, you are able to dream in any other stage, but this is called mentation, technically, but I like to just call it dreaming. Well, stage 1 is the first stage that you fall asleep in, and that's why it's called stage 1. A lot of people call it sleep onset, because that's when you first start sleeping. But the interesting thing about stage 1 is that when you're awoken from stage 1 sleep and asked if you were sleeping, the majority of the time, if not all of the time, the person who wakes up and is asked, they'll be like, no, I wasn't sleeping, I was awake. And this is because you're still aware of your external environment in stage 1 sleep. Basically, a lot of the things that change are your brain waves, and they're theta waves that are present, that are the most present when you're looking at an EEG, an electroencephalograph. Some people say electroencephalogram, same thing. But what happens with this is you are sleeping, your brain waves are moving a little slower, and this is why it's actually very important to get sleep, because you can be on long-distance drives and you actually may be falling asleep without you actually knowing that you're falling asleep. So get sleep. That's one thing that I might always say as long as I'm making videos. But another very interesting thing about stage 1 sleep is that you can experience sleep paralysis. And that's basically not being able to move your body at all. Another thing is hypnopompic and hypnagogic dreams, and this is usually when sleep paralysis is present in stage 1 sleep. Now, hypnagogic dreams are occurring as you're falling asleep. So think of gog as grogginess. If you see it spelled out, it seems more simple to remember. And hypnopompic is like pom-poms, like you're waking up, active. You're becoming awake. You're waking out of sleep. But the two terms are they're only used to describe someone falling asleep or waking up. The same things happen in hypnopompic and hypnagogic dreams, and I personally have experienced dozens upon dozens of hypnagogic dreams and hypnopompic dreams. Mostly for me, they're hypnopompic. It's upon waking, and it's usually after only taking a nap. But what happens in these stages is that you can sense beings, spiritual beings. Some people sense demons, ghosts, people that died. And in sleep terminology, they're just saying you're just dreaming while you're waking up, and you're aware of your environment, and that's why it seems so real. For instance, for me, I always know that I'm in my bed. I wake up, and almost every single time I hear my door open, and then I hear footsteps walk in, and I feel a presence. My first hypnopompic dream was when I was a freshman in undergrad, and taking a nap, I'm waking up, my eyes are closed still, but I know I'm in my bed, my door opens, hear footsteps coming in, and there's these girls, 3 or 4 girls. I have it written down. I have to find it. They're all wearing white dresses with beautiful colored flowers on their dresses. And they're all giggling and laughing. And they hold their hands, they're holding hands, and they start running around my bed. And I get this whirling, twirling sensation, my whole body, almost like vertigo. I'm feeling like I'm in this, like in the eye of a tornado. Everything around me is just happening, and I feel their presence. I feel them. And in the corner, there's this man that always seems to be present when I have Hypnopompic and Hypnagogic dreams. He's just standing there watching over, making sure everything's okay. Standing there, like an outlooker. Outlook? Whatever. And onlook, I don't know. But anyway, he's standing there, and the girls are running around my bed, and here I am, like, I'm trying to scream, but I can't scream. I'm trying to move, but I can't move. All I know is that there's these girls and this man in my room. And so I'm starting to get a little freaked out, and then I realize, as I'm getting a little freaked out, that my bed is up against a wall. So these girls are running through my wall. And so that really freaked me out. And so what I did was just breathe, and I counted to 3 really slowly. And I was like, okay, I'm going to jump out of bed once I count to 3. So I go 1, 2, 3, and I jump out of bed, and I'm dripping with sweat, drenched in sweat. Look around, no one's in my room. And that got me very interested in sleep and dreaming. I mean, I already was interested in dreams. I've been interested since I was 13. I was writing down my dreams, but ever since that happened to me, I was like, oh, what's going on? What is my brain doing? And as crazy as this sounds, maybe there's a possibility. What if there are parallel existences? What if I'm actually tapping into something that, if you're fully conscious as a human being, you can't tap into? Maybe. But I don't want to sound too crazy. However, there's many other instances. I would love to hear if anyone's ever had these experiences before. Technically, like I said, in sleep and dreams, in the sleep research world, people just say that you are dreaming while you are aware of your surroundings, because that's what stage 1 is, that you're just aware of your surroundings. But the interesting thing is that there are many other portions of your brain that are less active when you're in stage 1. And I don't think you'd be able to dream as vividly as you can with those types of experiences when you're in stage 1. There's a lot of research that still needs to be done. I personally want to do a lot of research, and I plan on it very soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to explain Hypnopompic, Hypnagogic dreams. Another thing is, I will mention, just because I'm on the topic of dreams, if anyone's interested in wondering more about dreams, one interesting tidbit that I'll talk about now is, in REM sleep, there are many portions of your brain that are more active when you're in REM than when you're awake. That's interesting. There's portions of your brain that get up to 200% more blood flow in those regions while you're sleeping that never get to that level when you're actually just awake. But the reason why you're able to stay asleep, and the reason why bizarre things can happen, is because your prefrontal cortex, which one of the functions of your prefrontal cortex is for logic and reasoning, for understanding, like if you're flying in your dream, you wouldn't be like, this can't happen, this has to be a dream. But you're able to train that part of your brain and actually enable yourself to understand that you're dreaming, which is lucid dreaming, and that's why you're able to actually find out how to understand that you're dreaming and actually manipulate what's going on. I'd love to talk about that more, and that's it. Have a good rest of the weekend. Bye.